What's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all. If you watching on your TV, whatever the case is, I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. I appreciate y'all, man. I had to give a shout out to Shay from Ohio. And the next one, I'm going to spell your name out, bro, because I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And I don't want to be rude or disrespectful, but it's spelled Malaik 9. I appreciate you. I seen you said I missed your birthday 2 birthdays in a row. I apologize. I didn't see your comment. But I seen it this year. Well, I think if I didn't, happy belated. If it's, I'm sure it's after that date. But happy belated, family. I appreciate you. And I got more shout outs coming. Just be patient. New merch will be on the way as well. I got hoodies coming for y'all. Yes, I got hoodies coming for y'all. 2 different types. So, that being said, y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Have you seen what Chinese news organizations have claimed? If you're one of those individuals that believes something is real because it's on the news, then have a look at this. China is claiming that they took out a UFO with a missile right out of the sky. Watch this very carefully. Wait for it. There it is right there, the UFO. And watch what they do to it. Gone. So the question still needs to be asked and then answered. Why is it all of a sudden everyone had claimed that these things do not exist, and now they're showing us all these videos and all the claims that are being made, that they're being shot down, that they're flying over areas, and they're taking them out? So does that put us back to square one, where don't believe anything that they tell us, because everything that they're saying is about to happen, they've already known about? And what's sparking even more concerns is that video that you just watched with your own eyes aired on Chinese news networks. It's just so coincidental that this is happening now. It's kind of like all of a sudden we're being told about Atlas 3I, right? We've been told about the missile system that we shot at some UAP and it deflected off and we were unable to shoot it down. It's very, very, very convenient that 2025 we're hearing about all of these different events and seeing all of these videos all at the same time. So once again, my question to you is, everything that they're telling us, everything that they're showing us, is it something that is about to happen, or is it something that they already know about and they're preparing us for? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
I think it's both. I think it's a little bit of both.
These are 3-fingered mummies, found near Nazca, Peru. X-ray shows bones, but their anatomy isn't human. Some scientists claim hoax. Others say extraterrestrial. Could they really be beings not of this earth?
Jesse Michael's new video?
No.
He's got a video on those tridactyl mummies in Peru, where he went down there and had them CAT scanned and had them... Dude, he went down to Peru and these people have been telling him about these mummies. They're like, you have to see them in person. They are humanoid, but they don't seem to be human. They have a different amount of ribs, but they have like all the cartilage and all the ligaments and all the bones, and everything is in place that makes it look like, if you can go to Jesse's show, go to his some video footage of the actual like CAT scans, and they're showing you the tissue.
And look at those skulls.
It's bananas. So this is Jesse's take. I'm paraphrasing. I hope I'm not up, but some of these things are forgeries. Some of these things are just fake stuff. It's just like an art piece that someone created. But he thinks they actually have some of them that appear to be a real creature. And this real creature has 3 toes and 3 fingers, and there's depictions of these in Peru in these ancient like carpets and ancient weaves that are hundreds of years old. I think even 1,000 years old. So some of these they think are 1,700 years old, and some of these are as recent as 400 or 500 years old.
Elongated
But look
skulls.
at this. But look at this tissue, elongated skulls. But like, look at how everything is in. Like, if this is a piece of art from 1,700 years ago, if somebody created this, like, that's nuts, man. That's an amazing piece of work if it's really just art. And if it's not art, well, they've managed to find some kind of creature that might have been another type of human that we didn't know existed. There might be, look, they find out, and Jesse was telling me this on the phone, like, look at, this is the scan of this thing's bone structure. This is the actual thing. Like, how nuts is that, man? If that's fake, that's extraordinary, because it looks like a real creature.
I mean, the amount of detail.
It looks incredibly real. I mean, this is incredibly real. And the head is very different than
was
ours.
Creepy.
Very
Damn.
different than ours. Elongated, but also matches up with so many descriptions that people have had with encounters with beings, including the James Fox movie, Moment of Contact, about Varginha, Brazil in the 1990s. They described things that looked exactly like this. Very small, like 3 feet tall, 3 fingers, 3 toes. That's what these things are. Like, they might have been another form of human that we just don't have any evidence for. Well, like Denisovans, they just found recently. I think it was in the last decade, right? And then there's those new people. What is Homo juliens? Is that what it was? December of 2024, they released this paper. We found another type of human. The Flores people, the Hobbit people in Flores, that's like, I think, the 90s. You know,
Florida's
so
interesting, dude.
all of it's interesting. It's like there's a bunch of stuff that we're just now finding out, but we want to be rigid and pretend that we know the entire landscape as far as like what different type of humanoids have
Timelines.
existed. What the f- is that then? If that really is 1,700 years old, if that's true, or 700 years old, if that really is that, and that's a real being, and then there's more than one, and one of them has a fetus inside of it, they think also has 3 fingers and 3 toes. So they're trying to get better scans on this thing, but it has a fetus inside of it. Like, if that's a hoax, like, what? Like, I want to know. I want to know who carbon dated it. What's the results? Have they done it more than once? Okay, do we know for sure how old it is?
Piece of metal.
Yeah, one of them has like an implant on the back of its head.
Got a rare metal that's hard to.
Yeah. I can't recommend this episode enough. Alien Mummies Found in Peru, and it's on Jesse Michaels' channel, American Alchemy. Great show. And he goes deep. And he actually went to Peru to see these things and get them studied and scanned. And there's biologists that are looking at this that are saying this is a real creature. Whatever this is, we need to do more tests and find out more. And they're very suspicious about the actual location in which the guy said that he found them, because it's basically, these are like grave robbers that find these things, man. Yeah, and they found more than one. But the crazy thing is, show them the ancient art from Peru that shows 3-fingered, 3-toed beings, because they look just like that thing.
100%.
And this ancient art is hundreds of years old, man. Like, look, they all have 3 toes and 3 fingers. This is all in Jesse's episode too. Just go watch that episode if you're interested in
My
that.
theory.
That's a completely new rabbit hole for me. Spam it up if it's not. Spam it up if it is for you as well. Oh man. I'm gonna start off with this. Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan Experience, never misses. And they never miss for me. Like, every time I tune into them, or if I've seen clips of them, it's always been something interesting. Something that I'm like, I'm glad I spent those couple minutes, couple seconds, whatever it was, out my time to listen to see what they were talking about. Because it's always something that amazes me. How y'all feel? Is that a hoax or is it not? That's so much. See, this is why we need to I need to hurry and get this podcast off the ground, so we can have these talks deeper, on a deeper scale, rather than me just give y'all a couple seconds, because I'll be ready to go in on these topics. I would say the clip we saw of the future, the clip we saw of the alien being interrogated, saying that he came from another timeline, he looked like those mummies. So I wouldn't be shocked if, when we say time doesn't exist, or it does exist, but you can jump between future, past, present. Well, maybe they can at a higher level than we could. I would say that's a high possibility. That those are the... I don't know. I don't know, man. I got to take this rabbit hole to give y'all more in depth. But if it's a hoax, I can see it being a hoax too. But me personally, I'm more so leaning towards it's not. Because again, we don't know the whole landscape. We don't know the lay of the land like we think we do. And we don't know everything like we think we do. Let me know your thoughts though.
Look like a missile. What the f is this shit? What the f is this shit? Oh shit. What the hell? Look at a missile. Oh shit, it's gone. You see this shit? This shit gone. There you go. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. You see it? It's right here. He back again. Right here. Shit. What the f is this shit? Let me go back this way. You see that shit? That is crazy. It's right here. There you go. It's right here. It's right here. There you go. There you go. It's right here. This shit gotta be something, bro. Look at this shit. You see it? This shit is real.
You're telling me that there are tridactyl desiccated beings found in Peru that are pregnant and have some human sequencing and some non-human sequencing, and there's no proof of fraud. Near the Nazca lines, if you've ever heard of the Nazca lines, they're like pictographs that are carved into the earth, and I'll show a picture of them. These desiccated beings are found here, and we'll call them mummies because it's just a better term. There's 3 of them, I believe, and they have elongated skulls. 2 of them are pregnant. They did a CT scan of one of them and found that the infant that they were pregnant with looked just like them. They've done genetics testing and found that there's like a 30% human genetic sequence. There's also part ape of some sort within the genetic sequence. And then there's like a 70% that is undetermined. And they even have fingerprints that are circular, not swirled like ours. They don't, so far, there is no form of fraudulent evidence. There's no synthetics, no metal, no glue. They are tridactyl, which means they have 3 fingers on each hand and 3 toes on each hand, and they have elongated skulls with no evidence of wrapping or binding on those skulls. There were some smaller effigies that were found with them, but those were found to have synthetics, and it was obvious that those were dolls. And those were actually, somebody attempted to smuggle those out of Peru and take them to Mexico to sell them, but they were caught by the Ministry of Culture. So far, they're not saying what they are or aren't. They're just saying, we found these. So it's very interesting.
That 70%, they know it ain't undetermined. They just don't want to say it.
They just confirmed aliens are from our oceans and they have proof of it. In the Oversight Committee hearing that was broadcasted worldwide, 4 witnesses, including a retired Navy commander, confirmed to Congress that non-human higher intelligence exists and we're in possession of their technology. They said we have UAP material and bioorganic material, and so does every other country, and behind closed doors, they're all in a race trying to reverse engineer the technology that they have. They said they have video evidence of them appearing from the oceans all across the world, and they've been here much longer than us. We've seen the UAPs move and react so quickly, and based on their technology, they believe they're being controlled by a mind-body connection. They said that some of these beings appear to be interdimensional and that a human can withstand up to 9 Gs of force before suffering fatal consequences, but the technology they're working on is producing upwards of 3,000 Gs. Now, this is only the tip of the iceberg compared to what the government is not telling us, but let me know what you guys think about all of this, and I'll keep you guys updated.
I'm gonna keep it simple. I think there's multiple species of aliens or extraterrestrials, however you want to put it, and I feel like there's a certain species and they split off into 2, and I feel like one of those species took off and they not here right now. They somewhere else, and I feel like there's the other part of them that split is still here working with another form of extraterrestrial or another deity being, however you want to put it. And I feel like those 2 work together. And so when they say they got technology from these extraterrestrials, they're not saying that some of them are part of that same extraterrestrial they're getting this technology from. And they've been had it. And I feel like since they're split off into 2, they both have different types of technology. And that's why when they fight, I feel like that's why we hear this shit in the sky sometimes. I feel like they're at war with each other. That's what I mean by at war with each other. I feel like sometimes they give us the information because they have to. And sometimes I feel like, yeah, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But that's just to keep it simple. What's y'all thoughts on that? Let me know. Let me know. Shit kind of, to me, it's complicated. But also, the dude that was in the grass, that was grounding, it was a guy in a couple videos ago. He was talking about flat earth, and he said that all these ancient civilizations believed that there was hollow earth, so we were on a flat plane, but there was still life under us. And the oceans are connected to our skies, and they go through the shoals, and it's a water system that they take that takes them through the sky. That's what he said. I kind of believe that as well. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man. It's complicated. Again, the truth is stranger than fiction. So sometimes when we trying to explain this shit, it's hard to explain all of it. You know, because shit's crazy, bro. It's crazy. What's y'all thoughts? Again, I feel like they connected to the oceans.
See, y'all don't believe shit is real unless you see it on the news. Well, look at this shit. In China, they're saying that they shot a UFO out the sky. Now, I want you to look at that. You see right there? I need you to understand what's going on right here. Look at this right here. There it is. And there it goes. Now, you got to ask yourself this. After all these years of people saying that they saw UFOs, that they saw aliens, and they downplayed it, why now? Why are these people letting us see this shit now? I tell you this, exactly what I told you before. Do not believe that they didn't know about anything that's about to happen. Everything that's about to happen, they knew about. The footage that you just saw was on the news in China. It's real convenient how there's a whole lot of crazy shit going on in 2025. 2 + 2 + 5 = 9, and you already know what the 9 means. It means an ending cycle. So what's ending? All of a sudden they're letting us know that they've been in contact with certain things. All of a sudden they're letting us know that they tried to shoot down a UFO over here, but we couldn't do it because the UFO was too fast. All of a sudden they're letting us know that a 3-eye atlas should be arriving here. All of a sudden, the Pentagon is saying that the Anunnaki is supposed to be here in a couple of years, or a couple of months, or you already know what it is. Whatever it is that's about to happen, trust and believe, it's not a mystery to them. They knew already. So again, you better protect your peace, because shit is about to get crazy. I'm out.
I was insisting that everybody read that book, Chaos, about the Charles Manson. And what we learn from that book is that if the government does want to hide something, what they do is they give you so much information that you can't, you don't even know what's real. So many different possible ways that things could have gone down, so many different manners, so many people speaking, so many publications publishing. And it's just meant to be chaotic, to drive you crazy and to just go, okay, I'm just going to accept whenever the authority says something and not prod any further.
How many of y'all rock with her? And how many don't?
Unfortunately for you, they already have a plan in place, and you're not in it. You see, continuity of government says that if things ever get too bad here in America, we're going to take the most important people and we're going to put them in bunkers. Well, everybody else, what about everybody else? What about those people that go to work every single day, working a 9 to 5, those blue-collar, red-blooded Americans who make sure that their backyards are mown, and as well as their front yards, and they're picking up litter along their neighborhoods, and those housewives that are taking care of those children and making sure that everything is right in those schools and those teachers and educators? What about those common people that are under the poverty line or at the poverty line? What about those people? I had to ask that question. Well, nobody wanted to give me an answer for that question, so I fell down that rabbit hole, and I got to the bottom of it. And it turns out that continuity of government means that they already have a plan in place for the elite, and you're not a part of that plan. It means that if this country starts going into a civil war or anything dangerous, and our elites feel like they're in danger, they're going to bunkers. And for the rest of us, well, I'll just leave it to your imagination. But I think that now is a time for unity more than ever, because we're at a time of absolute compromise. Love your families. Try to stay indoors as much as you can, and appreciate what you have now. Appreciate the prices. Just love what you have and be thankful. Peace and love.
Man, when I was a kid, I had a dream of a civil war. That shit scared me.
The US government just admitted that they have technology that goes beyond space and time. On April 25th, 2025, David Chrysitus made a statement that no one was ready for. Our technologies allow us to manipulate time and space. You see, intelligence agencies, governments, secret societies, the elites have all known the truth about reality since the 1800s, and they have kept it from the masses until today. The truth that our reality is a hologram, a consciousness grid made up of energy, frequency, and vibration. And they've designed an ecosystem to keep us from the deepest truth about who we are. In 1983, the CIA declassified a secret psychic operation called the Gateway Process. And not only did it reveal that we are in fact living in a hologram, but that we are the builders of this hologram, that our thoughts are constantly building our reality. And there hasn't been a lack of books that discuss these concepts theoretically, but those that actually revealed the methodology get immediately taken down, like Napoleon Hill's Law of Success in 16 Lessons.
These are entities that are here on this earth, that have been on this earth, that who knows how long, and that we, you know, we think they're coming in from way out. Maybe they did millennia ago, but they're here and they're in these deep water areas. And that's why, I mean, like we say, we know more about the face of the moon than we do what's going on there. And we have a higher propensity of sightings around these 5 or 6, I believe, deep water areas. And so to me, it just it creates a question there. And then when we have naval personnel telling me that we have these sightings and that there's these underwater craft they're chasing that are doing hundreds of miles an hour, and the best we've got is something that does maybe just a little under 40 miles an hour. So I got a lot of questions about that stuff, and I mean,
I think we all got a lot of questions about that type of stuff. I don't think
There are
he's
towns
joking.
across the United States of which are not on any of our maps, and that when we began investigating these undocumented locations, we'd found creatures in hiding, which we'd previously thought of as folklore.
What are we talking here?
Buddy, how about I'm talking after we'd extracted one of these suckers and brought him back to our research facility. The things we'd discovered in the tests completely shattered the mutually agreed upon beliefs of some of the most intellectually recognized scientists of modern times. We'd injected this specimen with more lethal virus sequences than you could wrap your shiny head around, and watch this thing's immune system obliterate it into subatomic confetti seconds later. Crazier than that, as human as they looked, they weren't. One of the only observable differences was that their digestive system worked completely differently. They rejected traditional food. We found chemical properties in their digestive tract which perfectly matched the sequence that makes up human blood, which was the only thing that would sustain their life force. The more we deprived it, the weaker it had got. Unfortunately, we didn't understand its true strength until after we'd provided it with a small serving of blood in hopes of keeping it alive for more testing. As the specimen had made our reinforced Gorilla Glass look like a car window when it broke through, shattering it and disappearing quicker than we could blink. We went back to the towns, but they were abandoned. The species scattered all over the country.
Y'all believe that story?
Wait. So you're telling me there's like an elite group of special forces hunting down cryptids, like the stuff from horror movies? Come on, man, you gotta be kidding. There's no way that's real.
Dude, I know it sounds crazy, but trust me on this one. I've got a guy who used to work with them. He was part of this paramilitary unit. Yeah, they call themselves the Phantoms. Their job? Hunting anomalies, neutralizing whatever shouldn't be out there.
You're serious right now?
Oh, 100%. He told me that the guys in Delta Force, SEALs, Rangers, they think they're at the top of the food chain, right? But nah, man, that's not even close. Most of the military and even the government, they have no idea this group exists. It's a need-to-know kind of deal, and most people just don't need to know.
So, what kind of stuff are they hunting?
All right, when my buddy got recruited, he said it wasn't just about being the best. You had to be more than the best, you know. Out of 1,000 operators, maybe one would even get approached, and out of those, barely anyone makes it through. He said they're looking for something special, something you can't just train for. When he finally went through training and found out what they were really hunting, I mean, he said it felt like finding out Santa Claus was fake. His entire world just flipped. The kind of creatures they deal with, man, it's like the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah, but what exactly do they hunt?
Right, yeah, okay, so they hunt creatures, you know, the kind you think are just like campfire stories.
Campfire? Can you give me an example?
Oh, I can do better than that. I'll give you a story from one of their missions.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Whatever. So, it was back in 2008, right? Small town in the Kentucky Appalachian Mountains. People were just disappearing. Locals were scared, but the police? They were either too scared to tell the truth or told not to. And honestly, that's how it goes everywhere. The case got pushed up the chain, you know, through those 3-letter agencies, and once they figured it was something weird, it got handed over to the Phantoms. There were dozens of reports of these massive wolves. Not your regular wolves either. These things were jet black, could stand on their hind legs, and were just insanely muscular. Thing is, wolves haven't been in Kentucky since the 1800s. So, what were they?
Man, I'm telling you, classified.
Kentucky, let me know if y'all seen I'm assuming that's the dog man. Let me know. Or is this cat? I can't see this one being real. I can't. Yeah, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But let me know.
In Washington State, it is illegal to shoot or Bigfoot. Illegal. In Yellowstone National Park, this creature is listed in the directory of animals at the park. Why would it be there? Every Native American tribe that exists, they acknowledge this creature to be an actual people. In their literature and their documentation, they used to trade with them until things went awry, human beings doing human being things, and then it started getting cracking with them. This is documented. The Navajo Rangers, I met these guys, serious dudes, serious, dangerous guys. They'll tell you that it's real. And then, you know, I had an experience where I'm working on a property with some other guys, all ex-military dudes. I'm the youngest dude and I'm not ex-military. So, you know, I gotta do the grunt work, I'm the biggest I gotta carry all type of shit, do all type of shit. The owner of the property, very wealthy real estate tycoon guy. I ended up getting cool with his wife. I like the barbecue on the grill, you feel me? But on this property, it's a sprawling property. You gotta get on ATVs to go from this part to this part. I'm not good with that type of stuff though, you feel me? I never rode a bicycle before or a motorcycle. ATV, first time I got on, I flipped off of it, hurt myself. Cool, I'm just finna walk. So she see me walking with the charcoal and everything. I'm finna fire the grill up, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna get to that. Fool see me on the grill, he pull up on the ATV, he got some beers. We get to chopping it up. He said, you know what, you're a good man. He invite me inside to his big game trophy room. He got animals, taxidermy, stuffed, man. And, you know, I seen something. You know, I saw something. I'm a big dude, but I saw something that was much bigger than me. Stuffed, taxidermy, missing one hand. I seen this. When I seen it, the hair on my neck stood up and it gave me a weird feeling. Like, man, what's this? You feel me? Like, hold on, like, dude, gigantic, thighs, huge, shoulders wide. I'm like, damn. And I'm like, and I'm just looking, and he looking, I see him looking at me. We didn't talk much about it. All he said was, the big old boys are real. They're out there. And I'm looking like, man. And looking at the face is what got me though. Because the face was like I'm looking at a person. But this wasn't a person.
Damn. Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't have not said nothing. I probably would have asked some questions. If you comfortable to let me up in here, bro, and you know that my spirit is pure and I'm straight, I'm good, I'm not, you letting me in your house and you wealthy, and I ain't did nothing crazy, bro, I just got a question. That's it. Man, I hate to be this person, but I'm curious, man. I want to know. I need to know. Like, yeah, that's, yeah, nah, I gotta ask, bro. I gotta go with the questions. I couldn't hold it. God put me in this position to be able to see this. Man, ain't no coincidences, is it? So the coincidence of me seeing this and leading to these questions, man, what's the chances of you getting this opportunity again? I'm asking. But hey, I'm glad he said that. I'm glad he told that story. That was cool. How y'all feel? I didn't know they was listed. I didn't know that they're listed, and I didn't know it's illegal to do that to them. I didn't know that. I don't think many people know that.
Look what this guy had to say about the government hiding Nephilim giants in their military bases.
Greg Renrich, that was one of the things that he told me. He's the one that was talking about seeing the giants in the deep underground military bases. He said that one of the first things that they had to do before he was allowed to go into S4 or S20 or any of the others, they made him sign an affidavit saying You're not allowed to use the name Jesus Christ in these underground facilities, not even if you stub your toe or anything. And he said that he saw 10 to 25 foot tall giants in these underground bases, and said that they were, human scientists and other people working side by side with him. He said that they even came right out and said they were the Nephilim. They came right out and said it. Said that, basically we're preparing for an intergalactic war with God, and they believe that they're going to win.
Where are they getting this they're going to win from?
And why are you not allowed to say the name Jesus in these underground facilities?
Jesus said, just like in the days of Noah, so will it be in the coming of the Son of Man. During the days of Noah, the fallen angels and their offspring, the Nephilim, were influencing, corrupting the human race to live in sin. And we know in the book of Genesis, God says that the wickedness was so bad, he had to flood the entire earth. And we know God had to do this in order for the Messiah to come through Noah's bloodline to redeem us. The enemy doesn't want people to know there's power in the name of Jesus. Use your authority to stomp on that dirty lying devil in Jesus' name.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Bro, what?
This is leaked footage of messages from another universe. Watch this.
What the?
I want to show you what I found as far as how did this happen to Charlie?
2 bullets lodged in his chest, but he stood still, expressionless. This is not a story about a man who is bulletproof. This is the magic of cinema. With a special tool filled with red liquid and remote-controlled mini explosives, the effects of blood and gunshot wounds are made to look real.
Okay, if you didn't see it, or it doesn't make sense to you, what I'm getting at is this blood that has been prepared by your body for your brain to go in through those capillaries. It would be a death sentence to have that blood in chunks, and that's what it is here. It's coming out in chunks, like it's already coagulated. I would say that the guy's already over a day, okay, because blood doesn't come out in chunks. It squirts out, possibly, arterial blood especially, but it doesn't do that. It doesn't come out in chunks. This is definitely some trickery going on, and this looks exactly like it does in the movies when they need somebody shot in the chest. Okay, and I hate to burst your bubble, because I had the same reaction. I wanted to kill somebody when I first saw it. I mean, Charlie Kirk, I don't really care for the guy as much, but nobody deserves to be shot like that. But now, I'm believing he's still alive. Okay. Now these Freemasons, Charlie, he's a Freemason. These guys have a habit of staging their own deaths. They do it all the time, constantly, and then they reappear as somebody else. Okay, and don't even get started on that, because that rabbit hole will take you months to get down and figure out who's all who, and it would be worth your investigation, but it does take a long time. Anyway, here we are. Charlie's, has a good reason to false flag. Okay, very good reason. Well, the number one reason is that he's a Freemason, and that's who does the false flags, most of them. And but this blood coming out in chunks, I ain't buying it. Nah, that's blood that's been bagged up and is ready for a show.
You hear about what happened to David? Oh! They found a body in his car in a parking lot. In the back of that guy, right? You mean I know. They're like, in the back of my car. So the thing is, he's not the one that put the body there or at all.
We don't know?
Damn, he was on tour.
And this happened in like an LA random lot, right?
Yeah, it was a random lot in LA. Now, it was his car confirmed, registered to his name, body in the trunk. But they looked at the dates, it did not line up where he was. Yeah. So it was just a coincidence. Someone like broke into his car, put it in, or someone that had access to his car, put it in there.
And it's crazy because there was records of that car getting stolen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. David himself is working with the police because it's like, there's no way I just got like red stringed into this bullshit.
Better check one of them exes and one of them groupies, bro. Sound like something they would do.
Right in front of that tower. I'm in my truck. Just so you can see, brother, they frying us. Are you a french fry or a hamburger? Or glizzy? Bro, fight the power.
I heard them things can read your thoughts too.
When was the last time you saw Zac Efron? Why do I ask? Because he's in a Prada ad. And when this Prada ad came out, people were just in shock. If you don't know what I'm talking about, take a look at this. Who is that? Is that Zac Efron? Just look at these photos. They are not AI. That is Zac Efron today. So the question needs to be asked. Has Hollywood claimed another celebrity? Like I say, I understand people can age, but this was Zac Efron not too long ago. And now, this is what Zac Efron looks like today. Just have a look at 2017 Zac Efron versus 2025 Zac Efron. Do you see the differences? More side-by-sides. This is 2021 Zac Efron, 2025 Zac Efron. So as you can see by the headlines, everyone's freaking out about this viral Zac Efron Prada ad. But is it actually real? The answer is yes. Rumors are now circulating all over social media that Hollywood has officially claimed another celebrity. So my question to you is, what is going on with Zac Efron? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
I think it's plastic surgery. I think what people fail to realize is when they do these drastic things, it's designed to cause the public to talk about it, which floods his pockets. So he doesn't really care if people are talking bad about him, because he's still going to have some opportunities. He's still going to be able to make movement and motion in his life. And then with people talking, that's more motion, more movement, more interviews he can do. So that's what I think people fail to realize. They're not regular people like us. So being in the media, they want to be talked about. He doesn't. I don't think he cares. I really don't think he cares. But I think it's plastic surgery. I don't think they claimed another celebrity. If he was already in some of these Hollywood movies, he's already rubbing shoulders with some of these people. So they didn't claim him. They just, it's part of the, it's already, he's just falling in line with what the rest of them already been done. But he's already in there. But y'all let me know.
So I guess Charlie Kirk was the only one with free speech, huh? Because ABC just pulled the plug on Jimmy Kimmel. So if you didn't hear, last night Jimmy Kimmel went live, and then as he's on stage, he's calling out MAGA, stating that MAGA is hitting new lows. For the fact of the matter is, they still do not want to admit that the person that unalived Charlie Kirk might have been one of them. And then he proceeds to actually make fun of the president, and I guess the president didn't like that, because the very next moment Jimmy Kimmel had his very last episode, y'all. The shift is here. Check this out.
New lows over the weekend, with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder when he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
And to take it even further, Donald Trump came back and said why Jimmy Kimmel was actually fired, okay? He said Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great man named Charlie Kirk. Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. You can call that free speech or not. The president continued, he was fired for lack of talent. So y'all tell me now, like, is this a joke? Because I thought comedians were able to push the line. That's why they're in comedy. That's why they're in stand-up comedy. You're not supposed to take what they say seriously. But apparently some people's feelings are getting hurt around this time. And then again, Trump keeps calling these guys fake news, fake news. Looks like freedom of speech might be going away. But ironically speaking, didn't Trump just allow freedom of speech on TikTok? I don't know, man, but the shift is here. Let me know what you guys think about this video, y'all. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
How do y'all feel? How do y'all feel?
So Sasquatch is what you all would have become without the extraterrestrial genetic manipulation. The idea of the genetic alterations to the indigenous hominid species that created Homo sapien was not done to every single member of that indigenous hominid species. The ones that were not genetically altered eventually evolved into what you now call Sasquatch.
So these populations still thrive on this planet?
Yes, but they have learned to shift between dimensions, which is why it's hard to find them.
Right.
Since you all are branched off from the same original indigenous hominid, you can get back in touch with that portion of your genetic structure, tap into your internal Sasquatch, and learn to think like them.
Okay.
And thus then you will be felt to be more like one of them. They will be able to relate to you. They will be able to perceive you in a way that they will know allows for some form of contact or communication.
Now, Bashar ain't made it to this channel in a while. Again, TikTok be removing a lot of creators off of my TikTok. But this kind of make more sense when we now don't grill me in the comments. Do y'all remember it was a black guy talking about how he had a dream about walking into a tree and the Sasquatch helped him shift into their dimension? Do y'all remember that? And a lot of people was like, bro, what was he on? Because I'm trying to be on that. I seen a whole lot of comments like that. It makes a lot more sense as far as his story he told and how Bashar said they shift between dimensions. Which means if they shift between dimensions, I could see them setting up a whole new world out of a dimension that we don't live, see, or anything like that. Let me know your thoughts.
Check out this video sent to me by a follower. Do y'all see that? This is a leaked video from the special team assigned to watching over these. Do y'all look? Oh my gosh. Look at the family of them. You see them, baby? Look.
Yeah.
What is that?
By Bigfoot?
Yeah. Is that a Bigfoot or not?
Bigfoot or not?
Let me know.
More profound was that CIA was interested in certain humans that may have had an enhancement of this alien DNA. That is to say that basically we're all aliens in some respect. But some of us, some humans, have an enhancement of that alien DNA. And that was the first time I ever heard that. To me, that was the most shocking thing I ever heard of. I didn't know that.
Why were they so interested in the DNA of extraterrestrials and the DNA of humans that may contain extraterrestrials for maybe enhancements? I don't know.
There's a cognizance, I believe, within the intelligence community, particularly CIA, that there are humans among us that might be more extraterrestrial than human. And how do you identify them? That could be a major factor in why they were interested in that. And there's also the, I guess you would call contact tracing of like who's who.
Right.
And so what they did reveal that there was an interest in certain families.
How would you understand families?
I understand families to mean bloodlines.
Right.
That they were interested in certain bloodlines. Going back to
ancient times. Yeah.
Who knows, ancient times.
Did they mention other heritages around the planet that through this marker?
I was specifically told that the Cherokee heritage, the Cherokee Nation had something to do with the phenomenon. And furthermore, that it has something to do with perhaps even the actual existence of Atlantis, that they may have been survivors of Atlantis. But then I can't prove that. I can't divulge a source. I was told by a very credible source.
And what was their take on Atlantis, since we're speaking about it?
I believe that their take is it's an actual, and it's not myth and legend, it's an actual place.
Do they know where it's at?
No.
No.
I don't know where it's at, and they didn't tell me where it's at.
But what would give them that idea that the Cherokee heritage is connected to the Atlantean time, unless they had some sort of DNA to compare it to from Atlantis?
I think because that there's a preponderance of people in the intelligence community and in the military community, especially special operators, who've had these experiences, and when they examine these people and start questioning them about their background, about their family heritages, that it was a preponderance of Cherokee heritage associated with not only having these experiences, but with having implants.
So the suggestion of implants means it's possibly currently ongoing.
Yes, it is, because implants have been recovered from people, not just those who are in the military or intelligence community, but from others.
Well, being in this meeting, John, and listening to the biology and all the tech being, presented to you, and you going through this experience already, your whole life of, these different experiences with ET intelligence, what was going through your mind? What was your emotion?
My feeling was that this was why I had those experiences to begin with. That perhaps I was taken, and I never used the word abducted because I wanted to be taken. I was only disappointed when they brought me back. But perhaps this is why I was taken, that I may have had this lineage in my own family history. What is that purpose? And I didn't know for many, many years. In fact, it wasn't until 2020 that I knew what I was supposed to do.
And what is that?
And that is to do exactly what I'm doing now with you.
Gotcha.
Is to share my story and to share my experiences with others who may have had similar experiences. And so on July of 2020 was my birthday. There was a CE6 global session, and it was called Harmonic Convergence 2020. My wife and I participated in this global CE6 session, and I just looked up and didn't see anything for a while. And all of a sudden I saw this bright orb. It was a white, bright orb right in front of me over the mountains. And we were only like 2.5 to 3 miles away from the mountains. So it's above those mountains. My wife saw something simultaneously, but she says, it's over to my right. I said, no, it's right ahead. She was sitting on my right. She should have seen it on her left, but she saw it all the way to her right. And so I looked up, and then the message came to me. And the message was, there are things that you've learned, and it's time for you to share what you know. And that was in reference to their existence, the reality of their existence, and what I learned through my work at CIA. It's time for you to share.
And sharing meaning all the stuff that you've worked with the CIA, or the exposure to, the beings and these visions?
The work was what exposure I had to the reality that there are craft, they're real, and there are beings in these craft. They're here for a purpose, for a reason. And that reason is not so much to warn us of impending doom or anything like that, but to remind us that we're stewards of this planet and that we're doing a terrible job of that.
Do you believe we inherited the planet, or do you believe there was extraterrestrials here way before us that started this?
Well, to answer your question, I believe we are also extraterrestrials. I think we were brought here and that we forgot our origins, and that some of the beings that are being encountered by humans today have been here a long, long time. And they may have had some input into how we developed, and that they have our best interests in mind, but they're concerned about the stewardship of the planet, that we are doing a terrible job of taking care of their planet and our planet, and that when we explode nuclear weapons in our atmosphere like we did decades ago, it not only affected us, it affected them as well. And so that's why they're so interested in us, especially after what we call the nuclear age dawned upon us, that we now have the means to destroy ourselves.
Right.
And by destroying ourselves, we're also destroying them. I think we're their children, and that they have, like a concerned parent, they want us to grow up, but they're giving us enough leeway to become cosmic adults, if you will. And that once we become cosmic adults, we can then join them in the full knowledge of our true origins and why we're here and what our purpose is, and perhaps we can then join them on the planet with them.
Did I or did I not say that? I've been saying that for I don't know how long. Man, and how many times do I say I be ready to take off? They gonna come get me, bro. Come get me. Like, oh my God, they hit home. They hit home, bro. But y'all know we made it to the end of this. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all, Collective. I love y'all. If you're watching on TV, whatever the case is, I wish it was smooth 7. Thank you. I hope y'all doing good. Until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my account. Sheesh. At the